Hello everybody, this is an instructional video for dividing mixed numbers by a mixed number. So the first thing that we need to do when we are looking at one of these problems is see, can I work with a mixed number or should I do something else with it to make it a little bit more easy for myself? So in this case, we are going to change these mixed numbers into improper fractions. The way that I like to do that is by using number bonds. So I'm going to do one for each of these numbers. First thing we're going to do is bring down our fraction friend. So I have 1/2 here. And the most important part of a fraction is the denominator. It tells us how many parts per whole there are. So I'm going to count by 2 until I get to 2. So 2, 4. So that tells me I have 4 halves. I'm going to add those together and come up with my improper fraction, which is 5 halves. Now I'm going to move on to my divisor. This guy here, bring down the fraction friend. Okay, then I'm going to count by 10 until I get to 4. 10, 20, 30, 40. And then, just like before, I'll add those up. So I have 41/10. Now, this problem looks like what we've been practicing. So it's a fraction divided by a fraction. In this case, we are going to keep the dividend the same and then multiply by this number's reciprocal. So I'm going to go ahead and write it up here in blue. So we have 5 halves times the reciprocal, which is the number flip-flopped. So we'll do 10 over 41. Okay, and then with our fractions, we are just going to go ahead and multiply the numerators and then the denominators. So we have 50 here and 82 here. So this would be an acceptable answer, but I know that this one can be reduced by 2. I want to get it in its simplest form if I can. So I'll divide by 2 here, divide by 2 here, and come up with my final answer of 25 over 41. Okay. So kind of all of the things that we've been learning put together into one. All right, let's look at another problem here. This one, we have a mixed number divided by a whole number. So when I look at it, a whole number is not going to be a problem for me. I know I can make that look like a fraction just by putting it over 1. But I do need to do something over here with this mixed number, and that's make it into an improper fraction. So I'm going to do my little stems here, bring down my fraction friend, and then I'm going to count by my denominator until I get to 2. 3, 6. Add those together to make my new fraction. Rewrite my problem. And now it looks like a beautiful fraction divided by a fraction. I know that I'm going to use my dividend times the reciprocal of my divisor here. So I'm just going to rewrite it in blue. So we'll do 8/3 times the reciprocal, which is 1 over 6. We're just flip-flopping that fraction. And then we're going to multiply straight across. Numerator times the numerator, denominator times the denominator. And we come up with 8 over 18. Again, this one is an acceptable answer, but I know I can make it a little bit more simple by dividing by 2. Okay. So then I come up with 4/9. Woo! Okay, so either of those two answers are acceptable, but this is kind of what we're looking for here. Okay. So really what we're doing is our main skill for this lesson is changing any mixed number into an improper fraction. Then we're adding on a previous skill of dividing a fraction by a fraction by using the reciprocal. So we're just putting all these things together. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me via email and I would be happy to help you.